So, start off, what is your name?
My name is Jewel Haskins. I'm a ranger here at Great Falls Park.
And, so you have a snake here. Is that, is this, where would this usually be found?
Actually, corn snake. She's a corn snake. You can't really find them in this part of Virginia, but if you go a little bit farther south, you can. But this crotchety gentleman right here, Shadow, is a black rat snake. Anywhere within the boundaries of this park and in this neighborhood, you can find black rat snakes. He's about 15 years old, about 7 feet long, and he's a mean one.
Mm-hmm. So obviously, Great Falls Park is more focused on around the Potomac. So we just wanted to ask you a little bit about the Potomac. What? Obviously, there's a lot of wildlife around here, and is that, can you see most of it in Great Falls Park, or is it more in the river? More?
You can see it in the park itself and in the river. For instance, this morning on my way here, mama deer, young does, side by side. Last week when we had that heavy rain, the beavers' dams got destroyed, so the beavers were actually up on land. That was pretty cool. Raccoons, foxes, squirrels, you name it, we have it here. And of course in the water we have the fish, the turtles, everything else, freshwater clams, things like that.
Yeah, and then on also along with the wildlife, there's also somewhat of a pollution problem with the Potomac. Is that as much of a problem as it's made out to be, or is it getting better? Or?
It's still a pretty big deal in terms of being a problem. You might look out on the river, well, when the water's a little less choppy, you'll see foam. And the good news about the foam is that most of it is organic, so it's not like somebody just dumped a bunch of bubble bath in there and created a problem. But some of it, like I say about 25% of it is actual pollution. And it's, again, not always that people are throwing things into the river. We'll get heavy rains and something in your backyard can get flushed into running water, which will be flushed into the Potomac River. We get tires that float downstream, things that you really wouldn't want to have to deal with, but we get it anyway.
Mm-hmm. And also, we know that Potomac has a little bit of history, along with even George Washington dating back to that. Can you explain kind of like that? Like first off, who owns the Potomac? That's my question.
Here's the deal with the Potomac. Maryland actually owns the Potomac River. So when you're here in Great Falls, Virginia, our boundary stops at the rocks right at the river. And this was something done 400 years ago. The river and the land was transferred, I want to say by Lord Fairfax, to what is now known as the state of Maryland. And there's a little bit of controversy about who actually owns it because the original document was drafted in Latin. So even some of the best Latin experts are still debating whether or not it's actually true. But as far as we go, Maryland owns this.
All right, and then our last question we just wanted to ask is, who patrols the Potomac?
Let's see. Well, I can talk about this particular part. Fairfax County will actually patrol this portion. The United States Park Police will have access to the helicopter Eagle 1 and Eagle 2. They can patrol it, and other watchdog groups will patrol it. But for the most part, since we're here, we work here, it's our job as rangers to patrol it too. Make sure it's safe for everybody.
All right, and that's all the questions.
Cool. Thank you. Great.